So the NBA season is about to begin, and appearing for the second time on the show, Celtics head coach Brad Stevens. So I hope this goes better than the first time. How's it going, Brad?
Doing pretty good, Funky. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, of course. So we might as well start at the end of last season. You acquired DeMarcus Cousins. You go on a really big run to end the season. You sweep the Hawks out of the first round, and you get swept by the Cavs in the second round. So was it just a matter of Cleveland being too talented, or was it something else?
Well, I feel when you're facing a team like the Cavaliers, talent is, of course, going to be an issue. I mean, LeBron, Irving, and Love, it's three of the best players in the league, but at the same time, I feel like my play calling could have been better. I also feel there were some shots that we had opportunities for that if they would have dropped could have really changed the tide of the series. And, I mean, 3 of those games were close games. We were in there until the end, and we had chances to steal them, but I think the biggest thing was really we just didn't have enough guys. Because, I mean, it really, at a certain point, it became kind of clear to me, like, DeMarcus had to be in there for like 40 minutes to really give us a chance. And, I mean, we knew we can't win like that.
Yeah, one thing I noticed was you guys were essentially playing 3 guards the entire playoffs. It was pretty much just Marcus, Avery, and Isaiah. We didn't see much Evan Turner in the second round against the Cavs and against the Hawks too. Was that just letting Isaiah do his thing, or what was that?
Well, I mean, you get comfortable with certain lineups, and in the playoffs especially, you have to be results-oriented. And, you know, Evan Turner was great for us in the regular season. But, yeah, at a certain point, you just go with the plan that's putting the ball in the basket and where you can still be okay defensively. And I felt like that was Isaiah at the point, handling the ball most of the time.
Right. Well, now you're going with 4 guards because, of course, your big offseason signing was Eric Gordon. So I guess that is your direct answer towards not having enough guys against the Cavs?
Oh, that's correct. You know, Avery and Marcus, they're improving on their offensive games, and you know they're working hard, and they are getting better. But at the same time, sometimes you need another guy who can kind of create his own offense, perhaps score when the situation's not looking too great. And we feel like a guy like Eric Gordon can be that guy.
So who starts at shooting guard?
Well, Avery will probably be starting, but we're trying to make this a very interchangeable roster. So Marcus and Bradley start the game with their defensive mindedness. But then we have guys like Isaiah and Eric who can just score the ball. And then we have guys like Crowder who can replace Nicholas, who can also bring us defense. And then Amir can be an opposite to Jared Sullinger. So we want this roster to be a group of guys who, no matter who's in the game, they can contribute for us. We don't want to be redundant. We want guys who can do different things. And also, the minutes played outside of DeMarcus Cousins are going to be pretty similar throughout the team.
You mentioned DeMarcus Cousins. Of course, you pull off the blockbuster trade for him last season. What are your expectations for him this year?
Well, look, I've told him this before, and I'll say it here. I think DeMarcus Cousins can be not only the best center in the league today, but one of the best all time. I mean, when you see a guy with that skill set, with that strength, and being that physically dominant, like, the sky's the limit. And we will be catering the offense towards him more this season, because we had a game plan that was very perimeter-oriented, and then we made that move, and it was an adjustment. And I do think we did a solid job of figuring it out. And luckily, just for how talented he is, you don't need the perfect game plan around him, but at the same time, you have to know that that's the guy you got to run your offense through. And so I think me and just this team, we just know what to do in terms of getting DeMarcus in the proper situations to do what he does best, which is be a dominant player.
Yeah, for a while, it seemed like you were just content with running the pick and roll with him, which, granted, it was working, but I'd imagine you probably want to mix it up a bit more this year with him. So I guess the last thing I want to discuss is Marcus Smart. Definitely improved last season, but I think it's safe to say he hasn't hit his ceiling just yet.
Oh, definitely not. With Marcus, his first season he showed he had a great basketball IQ. He was in the right place at the right time a lot, whether it be for an offensive rebound or a big three-pointer. And of course, I mean, his defense has been great the second he walked into the league. But he obviously had to work on just shooting, ball handling, playmaking, things like that. And last season, he was our best shooter. He was one of the best shooters in the league last year. I mean, I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I know it's in the top 10 in terms of percentage. So I think this season, I mean, look, Marcus wasn't a natural point guard in college. I mean, he was a two guard, and that process, he's been willing to mold himself into a primary ball handler, and I mean, he's definitely improved. And I think this season, you're really gonna see him become our floor leader, really being an extension of me onto the court.
Well, okay then. Brad Stevens, head coach of the Boston Celtics. We're expecting some big things.